Many times as I travel around the world and I host events, one of the major questions that a lot of people ask is about investments. So they ask questions about where will you advise us to invest in? Where is the best place to invest in? It's a question that many people ask, and my answer is always the same. The best place to invest in is to invest in yourself. To do what? To invest in yourself. And when it comes to investing in yourself, there are 5 levels to that. That's not my message, but I just need to lay that. So there are 5 levels to that, and the number 1 is invest in your personal development. Invest in your personal development. A lot of people, because of lack of understanding of the way things work, especially in the world of finances and even in different aspects of life, I've taught you in this house over and over again that being comes before doing, and doing comes before having. So most of the time, a lot of people are concerned and interested in what they must do. What can I do to be saved? What can I do to prosper? What can I do to be healed? And when you study the way things work in this kingdom, it's not about what you need to do, it's about who you need to become. Do you get that now? So when people are asking what must I do, you are focusing on action instead of who you transformation. So when you are asking what should I invest in, the reason why you are asking that question is because you don't know. Why don't you know? And the person you are asking is because you believe the person knows. How did the person know? So instead of you asking what should I invest in, you should be more interested in becoming the person you are asking, so that you won't need to ask that question. Because who will that person you are asking go and ask? So number 1 place to invest in is to invest in yourself. And in investing in yourself, there are 5 levels, but the number 1 level is investing in your personal development. And that is why when we have series like this, it's not a series that you just listen to and believe that you have heard everything that was said. It's a series that you listen to and then you download it, go online and continue to watch until it becomes part of you. Because we are talking about developing what? A savings culture. Until it becomes a culture, something that when they wake you up, you just know what to do. Hello? So, where to save? Number 1, savings account. That's why it's called a savings account. And if you have followed this series, I have told you that savings is not an investment. Hope you remember. But savings is required for investment. Why is savings not an investment? Savings is setting money aside for a purpose. Investment is sending money on assignment for a return. So when you are saving, that's not an investment. Why? Because the return that you are going to get from your savings is lower than the rate of inflation. Hello? So let me, I don't some of these economic theories, but let me see how I can break it down. Inflation means what your money could buy before, it can no more buy. That's the simplest way. So if before bread was 300, but now it's 500, that means so now you get inflation. So if bread before was 300 or 500, but now it's 1,000, it means that when you add 1,000, you could buy 2 bread, but now you can only buy 1. So that's inflation. That means your 1,000 is becoming useless in your hand. A crate of egg was 750, but now it's like how much? 3,000. So it means that when you have 3,000, you could buy 4 crates before, but now you can only buy 1. So even though, so if you have saved that 3,000, that 3,000 is saved, but it's becoming useless. That's why it's not an investment. It's saved because by the time you come back, you will now have 3,003 naira or 3,060 kobo. Something has climbed on top, but the rate of inflation is greater than that. Do you understand? So you will still need to save. So that is the first place. Save. So there are savings accounts that exist in different banks for different purposes. with different return. So you can have, there's what we call retirement savings account, there's what you call educational savings account, there's what we call project savings account. So different banks have different savings accounts, and they have different rates of returns that they put on those accounts. Because your normal savings account is the one that you save money any day you want, you can go and collect it. But there are savings accounts that the bank will put together and say, as long as you don't touch this money, we will give you a higher return, because they know that they can use your money to do business, and they know that you're not coming to collect it for a long period of time. Do you get that now? So number one is savings account, but there are different kinds of savings account. So you now need to go and ask your bank or your banker and do your own research to find out what are the different savings accounts that you can explore. Because I think we have spoken about education. So you can open an account for your children and they have educational savings account, and you can also keep maybe every month 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, depending on your level and the number of children you have. And if you do that every month, by the time the children are 10, 15, 20, you'll be amazed. Hello? Now, number two is fixed deposit. Now, fixed deposit is also another way to save money, because now you are putting the money in the bank and you are putting it there for a window, a specified window. And for fixed deposit, there is also a fixed return. So you know that, okay, this money I'm putting here, I will not collect it until this day or this year or this month. But once I'm collecting it, this is the return. So you can, it's like, well, in investment, there's nothing that is guaranteed, because the word investment is risk and return, R and R. But because we are not God, so even the bank can fold up. So, but fixed deposit is like the conservative level whereby you are sure that your money is safe, and that is the reason why the return is not as much as riskier investment or savings. Do you understand that now? So that's fixed deposit. Bonds. Now, bonds are another way of saving money. Why? Because it is now government. You see, sometimes, you know, all these economic things. Now, if you are a business, though this is not popular in Nigeria, if you are a businessman now, you register a company and you want to borrow money from somebody to put in your business, that is called a debenture. A debenture. That means you are saying, my brother, I'm the owner of this company, I need 5 million. If you can give me 1 million for 1 year, I will give you 10% return. So at the end of 1 year, you come and collect 1.1. If you and that guy enters that agreement and the guy gives you 1 million and you sign a document that you will return 1.1, that is called a debenture. It's not popular in Nigeria, but that's what a debenture is. Now, when government does that, it's called a bond. So government can come to the public and say, since we are the government, we need money, but you people have money in your pockets and you are keeping your money in your bank, but we need money to do some project. You borrow us the money, we will pay you so and so return. But this bond, though, you will give us, it will be 3 years. We want to use it to construct a road or build the airports. So that is a bond. So when government issues a bond, when different agencies issues a bond, it's also a way for you to save money, because that money now leaves you. And this one too is like another kind of secure level, but government too can fail. Do you understand? Now government can fail. There are many governments that have failed. Even Ghana now, I think they almost failed on their bond just this 2 months ago. So but nothing is secure except God. So that's why we tell you, stay in the covenant. So when we're telling you to sow and to give and to sacrifice, it's because that is the only one that is secure, that can also control the one that is not secure, to make it secure for you. Number 4 is treasury bills. So treasury bills is another way for you to be able to buy these treasury bills, and then there's also a return that you will get on that. So these are all different ways that you can use to put money somewhere. So where to save? These are places that you can explore. So all you need to do is, after today now, well, I think it's in Pathway to Wealth, one of my books, that all these things are there. Then the next one is cooperatives. Cooperatives. You see, our parents, and our grandparents have always been using what we call cooperative and thrift. And then you have what we call a susu, ajo, and all those things. These are all cooperative and thrift society. They have used it to save, and they have used it to build houses. They have used it to send many of you to school. They have used it to do business. And that is why I keep wondering why many of us in today's world, we have gone to school but we don't have financial intelligence. Because when you now go to school will now take all the common sense away from you and give you useless things that will not help your life. And then you come out as a graduate looking for salary, when you are supposed to be using the wisdom of God that God has given to you to plan your life. And that is why we have a lot of people that are not as educated as you are, but they are the landlord and the business owner. But you that went to school ordinarily have plots you don't have. So what are we saying here now? Cooperative and thrift. So different cooperatives exist for different purposes. So there are housing cooperatives where you join them and everything is about putting money together so that we can buy a house and you can pay small. There are cooperatives that exist where you are contributing a particular amount every month, and then you can borrow maybe 3 times, 2 times, 4 times, 5 times of whatever you have in that cooperative, depending on what the cooperative policy of your particular cooperative. So that's a way to save money. Do you understand that? Because the money is no more, so you know that every month you can do this. There are also contributions where 10 people can come together and say every month we are doing 50,000. It's a way to save. It's under cooperative and thrift. So if we do 50,000 every month, somebody will carry. So somebody will carry January. Maybe if it's 10 of us, so you do 500. Then the next month somebody else will carry. That means number 1 is number 11. Hello? If it's 10 of us, if you are January, you are November. If you are February, you are December. So it means that in that 1 year, you can carry 1 million. But if only you try to be saving the money by yourself, you may not be able to save up to 500 because your brother's wife wanted to deliver. They beg you for money. Your neighbor's dog had a fracture. They wanted the support. You don't discover that you want to help people and hamper your destiny. Because many of you have Messiah complex. Problem where God no call you to solve. You want solve everybody's problem and you leave your own. Hello? My vineyard did I not keep? And I'm keeping other people's vineyard. But that kind of thing forces you, because you now know that every month your 50K must drop, or else the community will finish you. So those are ways that will help you to be able to save. Number 7, investment clubs. Investment clubs. Now investment clubs also helps you to save, and this is when you and a group of people come together to put money together to invest into different things so that you can get a return. And there are different clubs like this that exist all over the world. But you among yourself, just like the thrift is, but for the thrift you are not doing investment club. You contribute, somebody will carry. But for investment club, we contribute the money, we now put the money into something so that we can all earn a return. So if for instance now you say you want to put it into real estate, you can now go into what we call fractional home ownership. So it means that if for instance now let me look for a way to, we know what's happening with dollar now, right? Okay, so in 2021 we went to Rwanda with my mentees for our annual meetings that we do in different parts of the world. And then there was a property that we went to watch. In Nigeria, is building 5,000 housing units. And one of the properties we went to view is 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom units. And the 2-bedroom units, which was the one I advised everybody to buy, 2-bedroom, you will get $800 a month, dollars, American dollars, a month as rent. The 3-bedroom, you will get $1,000 a month. But 2-bedroom was $40,000. 3-bedroom was $55,000. So the difference is $15,000, but the rental difference is low. So I said, let's do 2-bedroom. Now, in 2021, that 2-bedroom was $40,000. The rent was $800, and there was a 5-year rent guarantee. with 5-year renewable, and they are going to be paying you the rent upfront because the Qatari government, I don't know why I'm going to this, but the Qatari government, if you know Qatar Airways, Doha, Qatar, now, it's one of the best airlines. But in order to travel with that airline, you must first go to their country before you go anywhere. So they have been looking for an African hub that will be like so that nobody needs to leave Africa to go to Asia first before you go back to London again, since Europe is just here. So now, the Rwanda is now the hub that they have chosen. So the Qatari government is building a brand new airport in Rwanda to be their hub for the whole of this region. So you don't need to go to, so once you live here, you just go to Rwanda and then you are gone. Now that government building the airport has now leased the estate of this guy up front to say, since you are building an estate close to us, all the 5,000 housing units, we are taking it for 5 years. And we'll be paying you 800 per month for 2 bed, 1,000. So it's a contract already settled. Because they have the people. That's what the guy is now. Are you seeing how guaranteed the thing is? All of us went there. Oh yeah, do you want to buy? Do you want to buy? We did everything. When we got to Nigeria, people, hello, how far now? That's it now. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Me, I kept quiet. Now, how much was 40,000 in dollars in 2021? How much is it now? Hello, are you seeing how delay can cause trouble? So something that you could have bought with ease then, now the price of the property has doubled, almost tripled in naira value. But I told them then, I said, look guys, I am your leader, I'm your mentor. I am telling you, the nether was there now. You were, good, you were there. I said, if you cannot buy 40,000, if it's only $5,000 you have, let's gather together. 8 people can buy, and you will own 1/8 of the property, because this is an opportunity. So that's what we mean by investment. So for an investment club, you have to put money together and put it into something, and you don't need to be the owner of it. You can just be a part owner, because if you are a part owner, that means with 5,000 you could have been part of 8 people. With 10,000, you could have been part of 4 people that will have owned the property. Now, think of how much it is now. Hello? That's another way to save. Number 7, Forex. Number 8, is it 8? Okay. I'm not, okay, let's forget number 7, Forex. Next, Forex. Now, please listen to this caveat. I am your pastor. I'm a financial consultant, and I believe in Nigeria. And I will not want us to propagate anything that will affect Nigeria. But full disclosure is to let you know how rich people do it, so that you will know how to balance this up. Because spending dollar in Nigeria is part of our problem that is making our money to be devalued. What is the solution to our Forex crisis? You know, they don't listen to us because they say it's a pastor, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I can solve the Nigerian Forex crisis in less than 6 months. It's not a difficult thing. Number 1, production. You can't have Forex when you are not producing, and you have nothing you are exporting, and you are just import dependent. Number 2, buy Nigeria. It's simple. Buy Nigeria. Now they are talking of buying cars without shame, 160 million naira for one car, and they can't buy our own. They say the road is bad. Who spoil road? Some people that they should just carry. You know, some of these people, oh yeah, you know the way they used to beat us. You will bend them, my brother, come make I bend you. You will bend them like this. My brother, that's the way you should deal with some of these senators and all these people. These guys are just a bunch of unserious people without shame. Sometimes like, and these people have wife and they have children. So you mean I will sit, I will watch my father talking, and you are now wondering why the next generation is worse? because they see how hypocritical and useless the elders are, and they're like, these people are not serious. You now want to turn around and tell them to be serious. So you are telling everybody to be patient, you are telling everybody to manage, and you are not ready to manage. Hello. So I'm going to Forex, but I needed to put all those caveats in place. Now what do I mean by that? When you live in an economy where your currency value is not credible, one of the ways to save is to save money in higher currency. That is Forex savings. So imagine now, and these are things that I don't know if I even give a testimony about this. And this is, I've been saying this for years. I've been saying it. If you probably have even heard me that I say dollar will be more than $1,000 and 1,000. I've said it before over and over again. It will still be more than what it is. So it will all this because the factors. If we are going to follow the real thing, dollar should be around 650, 700. That's the normal rate it should be. But because of all the other factors, now you want to go and buy imported vehicle now. You will use naira. You don't have dollars. Hello. If we just make a law now, everybody wear Nigeria, buy Nigeria, you will see naira value go up. But everything imported. But let's leave that. It's still colonial problem. So Forex. So one of the ways to save is to save in Forex. So imagine now that every month in the last 5 years or in the last 10 years, every time you have money, you convert it to dollars and you put it in your account. Convert it to dollars and you put it in your account. Do you know how much you will have now? Hello? That is one way to save. So when you have understanding of this, go and open the domiciliary account and then be saving in dollars or pounds or euro or any currency, depending on where you are listening to this message from. Just study, because these things have made a lot of people rich. And let me tell you something, when you have hard currency, that's what they call it, hard currency, it can help you to deal with some hard issues. And then finally, because of time, gold. You can save with gold. How many of you know that gold is the real money? Say you know that gold is the okay. So you can save in gold. And when I say save in gold, just save in what is the real money. Because what you are calling money now, you know it's not money, it's just currency. And all this paper you are carrying about is supposed to be backed by gold. But it's not more being backed by gold, because since 1971, 72, they have removed gold. So gold is trading on a different market, and your paper is trading on nonsense, just useless paper that they are using to deceive everybody. So gold. So if you have money, I'm not talking of jewelry. Hello, I'm saying gold, as in raw gold, as in gold bag, gold, not jewelry that you went to Aswani and say I buy gold. No, not that GL, I mean what do you call it, carats. No, we're not talking karate. We are talking gold. These are things, you know, many times there are things. I hope you know that there was a time I introduced gold to you people. If you are in this church, then that will brought people that brought you. You know, many of you don't know how much those gold are now. But some people did not know all this. Gold, even if it's just small like this, you have small. Just like a small stone, like you'll be amazed at what's happening in the gold market. So these are different places that you can save in. And it is my hope that the grace of God will accompany you and the wisdom of God will help you, that you'll be able to go out of this place, because the purpose of message is not for you to write notes and remain the same. It's for you to listen and then go and implement. To listen what? And go and implement. And let me tell you something. What we are teaching you is what we are doing. It's what we are doing. I keep saying it. I will not labor and practice it, and when I get the results, I will now come and give to you that are not practicing. It will, God will even be angry, because I will be enabling your irresponsibility. Save money. Many of you look like 500,000, but you don't have 50,000. Your movement like this is 850. You know all those things they do on TikTok and on Instagram? Shoe. They will show the shoe, the price. This one the price. This one the price. That's women. If we do pricing now, many of you are 850. But now when they were saying railboat phase 2, ordinary 50K, your name not the list. You can't even write 100,000 check to put in the model. Our children must be, we cannot be in an air condition, and our children will be under rain, and our children will be suffering. Let's put 100K aside to secure the future. Hello? May the Lord help us. Question. So I have 10 minutes. If you have any question, let me know. If you don't, let me start asking my own. Okay, so microphone, go straight to the point, no story. Your name, your question. Let's start with him, and then we'll come to him. Just straight to the point, name, question.
My name's Chukwujindo. I used to invest in Treasury bill. So all of a sudden, government stopped investment in Treasury bill. So my question is that, how do we manage as an investor government policies? How they affect your investment? Thank you, sir.
Well, one thing you need to understand is that, I said it today, everything in life is risk. So, and one of the reasons why we have problem is instability in government policy. So when it happens, it has happened. Face it, school fees, and move on with your life. Because there is no, you see, risk is normal. But you can avoid the risk, you can manage the risk, you can transfer the risk. And most of the time, it is your level of understanding that will help you to know whether you can, how to manage and transfer it. That's why we do insurance. When you are doing insurance, you are transferring your risk. Some people don't do insurance, but when you do insurance, it's like, okay, this thing is risky, let me transfer the risk to somebody else by doing insurance. That's one way to transfer risk. But to manage the risk is to ensure that whatever money you are putting in is money that you are willing to lose. That's how to manage it. That, okay, if anything happens, I no go die. So you don't put all your life in something, because that thing you are putting all your life into, you are not in control of it. So anything that somebody else has control over, don't put all your life into it. Where you should put your life is in sowing into church, which is what people don't do. When you put money into God, you are sure. She's sure banker. But when you are putting your money in something that you cannot control, even in life, they have what they call force majeure. And they will now call it act of God. Because they themselves know that they cannot do some things. And like we say that, they say we should not say, may Nigeria never happen to you. But they say we should not be saying that again. So Nigeria is a good place. Amen. So that's it. So there's nothing you can, you just learn your lesson and you move on. So it's managing risk, managing transfer. Don't avoid it. If you want to be rich, you cannot avoid risk. You just keep taking the risk and make sure it is an informed risk and a calculated risk. Yeah.
My name is Jeffrey.
Who else is there? Where are we going to? Okay, somebody's under the gallery. Yeah.
My name is Jeffrey. I just want to find out something about savings. I studied the School of Money, and I found out that, okay, getting into the real estate business is quite challenging. So what I just diverted into was to go into lease, get a property, lease it for like 5, 6, 7 years, and begin to rent it. I just want to find out, is that also advisable to continue, because I intend to, do 1 or 2 before diverting into.
Okay, in real estate, it's not a very common thing like that, but that's what we call rent to rent. Rent to rent. So you can rent a property from an owner, and then you now rent it out for Airbnb or for other people. The only thing is make sure that there is a contract between you and the owner that covers for that, because most of the time the rental agreement that people have does not have room for subletting. So make sure that there is full disclosure. If you need to pay more to have the agreement intact, because by the time the person now discovers, it might turn around and affect you. But it's a good thing. It's called rent to rent. It's a good deal. Yeah. So somebody's under the gallery. Who else after that? I've not heard a woman, so there's a woman in front here. So our gallery, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank you for this message, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Jonathan.
Okay.
I'm always looking forward to October. Sir, there's an issue I've discovered, and I don't know if it's generally in other churches too, but I'm becoming a wicked person now, simply because people come and want to loan money or they want you to partner with them, and it's a big issue by the time they give the story and all the rest. And the fear is that when you commit this money, story will enter. So there are many people around us here now that once they come with the story, you want to give them all. But after giving, so now we are becoming wicked to each other because of these things. Me too now, I'm compiling stories so that when they come. So sir, I want to beg you, if there is a way you can help us. It's difficult to do business with Christians now. Very difficult. How that when they come, now I'm on the level that if I don't hear directly from God, even if it's 10,000, I can't put in your business. Because I have stories. The little I job I'm doing, so if I tell you stories, and we see every day, they greet me every day. They can't even say, sorry, I'm thinking about that thing. Some 7 years, some say 8 years. So I'm just praying that once they will come again, we'll be able to capture them. So sir, I don't know how you can help.
Okay, that's the whole message. Even me will be overseer, they collect book, they never pay. They said they need work, we'll give them 10 copies to go and say they sell and disappear. And they will still be in church and be greeting you and not talk about it. So I understand. So let me start by saying this. Any money you are not willing to lose, don't borrow anybody. Any money you are not willing to lose, don't borrow any money. Don't do that. These are all management of risk that we have just spoken about. And no matter the show, let the person cry blood. Before you bring out money from your pocket to put anywhere, settle it in your mind that if something goes wrong, I'm good. Because that is what investment is all about. It's a risk. It's a risk. That's number one. Number two, don't borrow people the kind of money they have never handled before. Because most of the time, I've taught you in this church, when they fail, they have not failed, you have failed. Because you should not have borrowed them in the first place. You are now coming to where you should be operating from, except I hear from God. Why have you not been hearing from God? You have been hearing from your flesh, so it is the result of your carnality. Is it your money? If you labor, you have heard me say, so I labor, collect, I will now give you. I won't give you. I've even said it today. Because it is not my money. I'm a steward of the resources. So I must hear him. If you like, cry blood. I'm not the one that created the problem. You can say anything you want to say. Hey, we rich people, we are wicked. No problem. It's your voice. It's your mouth. Feel free. But we are principled people. So don't borrow people the kind of money that you cannot lose. Don't borrow people the kind of money they have never handled before. And when people are telling you stories, that's actually the time to ask questions because they will answer. So somebody is coming out, hey, my daughter is going to school. Please, the admission will soon close. It's just 2 weeks ago. Ask them, what do you do for a living, sir? How much is your income, sir? How many children do you have, sir? Ask question. You do due diligence before you release money. Now, if you borrow money now for year 1, where will you borrow year 2? Where will you borrow year 3, sir? Don't you think your child should go and learn a trade? And they will hate you, but you will save your money. And in the future, what you said today will become wisdom for them tomorrow. Because all this borrow, you are not being a good person. You know the problem with many of you. You will borrow people money, but you have not given to Rehoboth. You borrow people money, you don't tithe. And you are wondering why devourer is entering. Because you are carnal and natural. You are emotional. Money when you're supposed to tithe, give God. You say you are helping your brother. You are UNICEF, have you? So that's it. Then any business you are doing with anybody, don't do business with somebody because they say they are a Christian. Do business with someone because the indices and the economic is right and you can trust in the economy. It's not Christian. Hello? Now, at the risk of being misunderstood, but just to help you understand, you see, many of us were just religious. Oh God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh God of Israel. Israel is now in battle. Are they praying? No, they are fighting with missiles. They didn't pray to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are praying to God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You don't have the brain of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No invention. When battle comes, when you're supposed to shoot person, bomb bam, you dey pray. But the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that you Africans are praying to, the people that own the God, they own gun, they own missile. So don't do business based on it's my church member. No, that's emotional sentiment, and you get the reward of emotional sentiment. And any business you want to do with somebody, listen, let there be contracts, and when they misbehave, jail them. By the time they spend 1 month in jail, 2 months in jail, or they lose it. That's why you see people are angry with all this microfinance that will come and be, but it's just the reality. When there is a Christian involved, they will be waiting for debt cancellation service of next year. When the overseer will say, all debt cancel. That is Christianity for you. They are wicked people in church, carnal people, wicked people. And then any debt that is more than 1 year, 2 years, my brother, forget it. Even in accounting, it's called bad debt. Which one we say 7 years ago? Once you have survived it, forget it. It's school fees. Learn your school fees and then move on. My sister.
Good morning, church.
How many more people do we have so that we know if there's okay? Because of time. Yeah.
My name is Catherine.
So sorry, let me see. 1, 2, who else? Oh yeah, come out. Let me see if I can take 9 minutes or rush. 1, 2, 3. Stay outside like this so that nobody will join. We are go straight, fast.
My question is about government bond.
Government policy, okay.
Yes, if people invest in government bond and somehow governments fail, how will the people recover?
It has failed. There's nothing. Investment is investment.
Final question.
Anyone that failed has failed. Move on with your life. That's why it's called investment. It's when it's human being that you know that you be going, and this person is owing you. Go and fight government now. There are 3 things you cannot fight: God, government, and gun. You don't fight those 3 things. Oh yeah, move.
It's about spirits. Why do spirits cry after death and wonder about? Are spirits not meant to rest after death?
Where did you see that one? Inside what verse of scripture?
For one of the preachings I heard.
One of what?
Preachings I heard online.
You are hearing preaching online. That's not Bible. A preacher is not the Bible.
So spirit does not wonder about.
Where no, you say why do spirits wonder about and cry after death? Where you see inside Bible that spirit is wondering after death? Next, you heard the preaching online and you didn't validate it with scripture. Hello, the Bible said there are 3 places in scripture where people came up with some of these concepts. The blood of your brother Abel is crying. It is not spirit that is crying. He said the blood is crying, and the blood is crying because the blood speaks. We later saw that the blood of Jesus speaks better things than the blood of Abel. The second place is where when Jesus resurrected, the Bible says people saw spirit of departed people, but they were not wandering and crying, hey, I don't die for my time. So some of this African magic thing that you people watch, and then pastor will now bring it into message. Let's be careful. Move on fast.
Good morning, church. Okay, so you spoke about Forex.
Okay.
And you said we should save in dollars. Now my question is this. There's a risk and uncertainty around that. What's the probability that the dollar doesn't crash all of a sudden? Like you've bought dollar at 1.3 and you've saved, and then 2-3 months down the line you hear that it has crashed to 1,000 naira.
Now listen. I did not say be a speculator. You know I gave a caveat when I got there. If you rush to go and buy dollar now, it's 1.3, it will become 1.4. You are not saving. You are a covetous person that is speculating. The spirit with which you are doing that is not a saving spirit. Do you understand now? When we say saving, it is a culture. We told you last week how to save. You plan it, you structure that every month I will buy 100. So even if you buy this month at 700 and next month is 800, you will still buy because it's a principle you are following, not covetousness. Do you understand now? And we also say, why do you want to save? So if you are doing it because of your children's university education in America in 11 years, what will concern you if you go 2,000? You will still pay the school fees in dollars. So if you bought as 350 and now it's 2,000, you will still buy at the 2,000 because your vision is school fees for my children in America that will still be dollars in 10 years time. Do you get it? Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Based on today's topic of where to save, sir, going by the current inflation rate Nigeria. So what kind of investment do you think one can invest or save into?
The best thing that will save you right now is, if you notice, I did not mention shares and stocks. But let me tell you something. There are three things that, if you look at it over a long period of time, has never really failed: real estate, the capital market, and entrepreneurship. Real estate, no matter the inflation, real estate will absorb it, because it edges against inflation and devaluation. No matter the inflation, stock market will absorb it. But many of us don't understand the stock market, because we are stock traders, we are not stock investors. Go back, as terrible as you said the Nigerian stock market is, go and check the stock market in the last 30 years. If you have been consistent, you are still like this. It went down, came up. At the end of the day, you are still making money. Now the stock market is booming now. People will rush in again. But those that have been consistent in it every month, you are putting 50,000 in the capital market. You are buying penny stock. You are buying. I'm teaching you principle and culture, not covetousness. They say this one don't have. They say no. Let it be a plan. It will always work. So real estate, the capital market, then entrepreneurship. If you are a business person, anything will increase, you increase your price. You cover it.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Actually, there is something I've been doing since 2014. That's 2014. I discovered it. I started saving, like, most times 1,000-2,000. I just drop it in a kind of like an account store I have beside me.
Okay, like Colo?
Yes.
Okay.
So I discovered that in a year, most times I make up to, like, when I open from 1st to January to about 31st to December, I get about most times 400,000, 500,000. Sometimes I got my first property from there. So
you got your first?
My first land.
Your first land, you got it from that Colo money. Yeah.
So I then, like, this $1 is like this, you understand? Because actually I buy and I sell, you understand? I buy the little. So I tell you, what if you do the same principle with it? You understand? So I need more, like.
Okay, so now listen, you see, our parents, our ancestors, they were using natural common sense and divine wisdom before school messed them up. And what you are calling Colo piggy bank, where you put money, is part of what they were doing to save money. But that's not an investment again. It's not an investment, because there's nothing coming on top. And then it's also being devalued, but at least you have it. Because many people now, ordinarily 100,000 pass them. They can't boast of 100K. Shake them, turn them upside down. 100K will not come out. And they are looking like $1 million. So at least it is still good. You have bought land from it, it's still good. Even though it is not the idea. You know, I told you when we started part 1, couldn't you have put my money in the bank, so that at least, say you don't get brain, at least start with savings, put it there. So it is still the lowest level, but it's still okay than nothing. Do you understand? So it has been working for you. It's better to put the money in something that will yield, but it's better for you to have your money before you like this, than to go and put it in something that both the money and the yield you don't go see. So God will help you.
Good morning, church. Good morning, sir. My name is Jackson, wife. My questions are two. One is,
package your tithe and offering together. I'm going to pray over your finances.
One is, what are your thoughts concerning cryptocurrency? Then the second is, the window for buying gold, is it still open?
Okay, let me start from number 2. Gold is forever open. Like I said, do it as a policy. Don't say, gold is high now, wait for it to be low. Just make it a policy that every month I'll put this amount in share. Every month I'll buy gold. Every month I will save. Every year I will gather the money, put it in real estate. Let your life be planned. That's what I have done. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I have account for different things. And when they don't gather, I remove it, I put it in land or put it in this. That's the way it works. Then the number 1. There is nothing wrong with cryptocurrency, but I don't do crypto. I don't. Why? Over 70% of the crypto that all of you are doing in Nigeria is fake crypto. Because the site itself is fake. The people behind it are fake. The miners are fake. Many of these sites are cloned sites that only works in Africa. But because many of you have never traveled before, you are local people. Most of those places you say you are doing crypto, travel to London, look for that site. It doesn't exist. Go to America, look for that site. The sites were created for Africans to collect your money, and then one day they'll just shut it down. No address, no nothing. So I don't do crypto, I don't do Forex. Do you understand? So it's your choice. You are still young, you can afford to lose money. So if you lose money at 25, you can cry for 3 years. At 28, you start again, you lose again. Me, I've not passed that age of testing. I've discovered what works. Let me stay with what is working. Real estate has not failed me. Yeah.
Good morning, church. My name is Jonathan Doe. I want to.
Are you packaging your tithe and offering?
I want to thank you, sir, for today. I'm going home with something powerful. I believe in Nigeria. You said something about buying Nigeria. I believe in it. But the problem I have, one of the challenges I think we have to look into is most Nigerians package what is not genuine or valuable.
Sorry. Some people wrote down their question. I will not be able to answer it, but write small question, drop it in the offering basket. I will answer it on Wednesday. Yeah.
So if we have a system, a quality assurance system that works, I believe a lot of Nigerians will go in that direction. But because we don't have the system that watches over that line.
Okay, because of time, I get you. So now listen. Every country and every product you are buying today that you consider to be quality did not start as quality. They did not start as quality. Even till now, Mercedes-Benz is being recalled. There's particular Benz now. Toyota has been recalled many times because of errors in design. So there is no product on earth today that you consider quality that did not go through its own teaching period. If you don't go through the struggle with your own, how will you have your own? All these products you are going to, have you forgotten that there was a time, if we want to talk of something fake, we say made in Taiwan. Taiwan. But today, these are the best product, Taiwan. They experimented, they made the mistake, they learned. That is the same thing we should be doing with our own products. When you buy it, it didn't work well, you complain, and then they'll do it better so that we can develop our own. Because it will not be perfect from day one. Were you perfect from day one? So let's give Nigeria a chance. And when you say, is there no compliance? There is compliance. There is compliance. All the standard organization, they are all there. But the question is implementation because of corruption. Whether it's NAFDACO, SONO, all kinds of, there are a lot of things that are not the way it's supposed to be, but we have to continue to work on it and tweak it until it becomes what it's supposed to be. Finally.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, man.
Thank you for your teaching this morning. Please, I welcomed a brother into our house in the name of Christ. So we trusted him with some amount of money. He was faithful.
Okay, you welcome him, and then you now trusted with money,
yes,
double level. Okay.
He was faithful.
Okay, he was faithful. Yeah.
Yes. So based on that, my husband and I, we gathered
and do more, a bigger one.
Yes, and gave to him. So we've been waiting for the something. The next thing we heard that he got married, and till now we did not see anything. So in this case, what do I do? Do I go and arrest him? What do I do?
Thank you, Mama. We give you glory, Lord, as we honor you. Hallelujah. That's not the question, that's counsel that Mama needs. You welcome someone into your family for Christian's sake. There's nothing wrong in that. You entrusted money to him. There's nothing wrong in that. He was faithful at a point. There's nothing wrong in that. By virtue of his faithfulness, he that is faithful in little, be faithful in much. You entrusted much to him. There's nothing wrong in that. But now he has disappeared with much, and he's not showing up. Don't walk away from principles and walk away from the word of God because somebody failed you. The principles you have applied just needs to be looked into again to learn the lesson. And now you are now asking, what do? You can't do anything until you see him face to face, because you must hear his side of the story. You have not seen him, so you need to look. The first thing to do is look for how to locate him, so that you can sit down with him one-on-one and be able to find out what happened. Because it's possible that he's also a victim of something that is beyond him. Because most of the time, what people don't understand is that communication is very powerful. If you are owing somebody money and the person cannot reach you, their mind will write a script and go haywire. They will think of the unthinkable. But if you are owing somebody and every time they call, you answer to explain, at least they will know that the guy is still around. So that's the first thing you should just do, locate him to get the full detail. Lift up that offering.